Hi everyone, it's Nate and welcome to my first intro of my first project pan for 2023. This one wasn't actually going to be my first project, but as everybody knows by now, probably, Mac have stopped their free lipstick incentive that goes with their Back to Mac program. So for the last 32 years, I believe it is, Back to Mac have given you a free lipstick if you take 6 empty containers back. Now, by containers, it's lipstick tubes, it's compacts, it's skincare bottles, sort of anything that's plastic as far as I'm aware. So some of their eyeliners that come in like a plastic packaging, lip gloss tubes, pretty much anything that's full size. So I've always bought Mac. Mac was sort of the first brand that I got into. And there have been some products over the years where I've thought, oh, that was a bad decision, can't return it. Oh well, at least there's always Back to Mac if worst comes to the worst. So it's a bit disappointing that they've decided to go in a different direction. But I guess it is what it is. I guess they're fighting to stay relevant. And this may have been their final nail in the coffin. But having said that, I've scratched around and I've got what I think are 6 containers to go back to Mac. But there's a couple I'm not sure they're going to accept for a couple of different reasons. So what I have done is I've gone through and found, I think I've ended up with 13 products, actually make it 14, that I'm going to see how I go getting through these. Now, some of these are things that I've been working on anyway. Some of them are completely brand new, but things that I've chosen because I either think I can finish them or I can get really close and can, if it comes down to needing one more, there are some things here that I reckon I can sort of decant into other packaging, so I can, if I need to, empty out the packaging to make up the 6 products for Back to Mac. So to start off with, I've got this Lightful C3 micellar water. This I only purchased reasonably recently. It's a fairly new product, but I currently use micellar water to take my makeup off every night. I had a couple of other products I was hoping to get to before I started on these, just because I'm trying to use them up in a relatively systematic way in using my older things first, but this is a newer one. This is 200 mils, so I don't think I'm going to get all the way through this in the 3 months until the end of March, when I believe the Back to Mac program at this stage is ceasing to give the incentive. But my thought is if I can get as much of this used as possible, if I have to. I've actually got a 150 ml container that is very similar. It was an old Avon one, but it's the exact same top. Nice and easy to remove. Can get close to getting most of the product out of it. Similar to this one. This one looks like I might have a bit more of a curve, so it might be easier to get the last drops out of this one than the other one. But I reckon that if I have to, I can lift this off, pour it into the other bottle. It's got the same thing, and I definitely can get this stopper out on my other one. So yeah, if I need to, as my 6th product, I can decant this out and return that packaging. This guy is completely brand new. You could probably see that it still had the little metal, it's got a little metal, it's completely brand new. It currently weighs 258 grams. So that gives me a nice way of not only measuring it down the packaging, but knowing around about how much of this product I've used, considering with water 1 ml is approximate to 1 gram. So packaging is probably around about the 58, somewhere between about 50 and 60, I would assume, grams for the packaging. So I'll be able to keep a good eye on that and see exactly how I'm going, exactly how much I've got left, and then how much I need to decant. The next product that I have is this old quad. It's called In the Gallery. It was a pre-made quad. Similar idea with this guy. Don't think I'm going to get it all done. I've been working on this for years. But if I needed to, I could have a go at popping these out of this compact and back to making the compact. That's probably going to be my last resort out of all of these, but it is an option. That guy currently weighs in at 49 grams. It's really hard to know though. These all started at 1.5 grams each, and I've been using it for years. Really hard to measure the progress on that one. Okay, next I've got the Prep and Prime Skin Primer. This one was completely brand new until I used it today before I put my makeup on. This guy currently weighs at 51 grams. I think this must be an airless pump, which is kind of cool. Similar idea with the micellar water. We'll see how far we get. I think I can probably get about halfway through it. We'll see how we're going. If I need to, I'm thinking I can pump this out into some sort of other container, back to Macca if I need to. Okay, next one is the Studio Fix Soft Matte Foundation. This I have in NC18. It's a little bit dark for me. I am wearing it today. It was brand new until I used it today. I've used a tiniest little bit of lightener, dabbed it around my face, went in with this over the top, sort of mixed it all together, and apart from it probably being a little bit full of coverage that I'd really like, pardon me, I don't think it's coming off too bad at the moment. This guy currently weighs in at 38 grams, and it is about 3.4 centimeters worth of product. Yeah, I'm looking at it going, it looks more than that, but no, it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely under 4, yeah, 3.4 looks about right. And that looks like it's from the bottom. I've measured it from the bottom of the plastic. So I've approximated, considering about where I think it was before, and now that I've used it once, it was sticking a bit over and now it's pretty much down flat. I'm thinking there's probably somewhere around about 70 uses in this. So if I wear makeup 5 times a week for the next 10 weeks, that's 30. So it's going to come close to half of it. And that still gives me a couple of weeks leeway. Similar story with this one. If I've got, like that much left, I'm thinking I can probably put this in another container so I can back to Mac it. Yeah, so we'll see how we go with that. As I said, not really loving it. It's probably a bit higher coverage than I'd really like, but we'll see how we go. Alright, next I've got the eyebrows in the colour Stylized. Now this one's a pain because it's non-retractable. It's really quite a hard product. That's all I've got out at the moment because I don't want to put too much up because I don't want to risk breaking it. I've used this like every now and again. I use it and I really struggle to get the product on my brows. It's obviously quite a hard product, but I thought I'd give it a bash. I don't know. Don't know how I feel about this guy, but I have put it in here to try and see if I can get some reasonable use out of it. This one again is going to be a bit more of a last resort. If I really get stuck, I guess I can take it all out, cut it off and somehow manage to wangle it into another like eyeliner packaging maybe. I don't know. We'll just see how we go. This has only got the tiniest amount of product in it. It's got 0.09 grams, so really not a lot. But as I said, it is quite a hard product, so it takes a bit to get too much product on the brows. Like sometimes I use it and I'm like, I can't see it. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. Put it in to endeavour to get some use out of it, but we'll just see how we go. Next, I've got the Prep and Prime highlighter in the colour Light. I'm pretty sure they haven't made these in quite a while. It's got this sort of brush applicator, and while it's pretty, I don't even know if you're going to be able to see that. You can sort of see it, can't you? Just there. Yeah, it's really hard to pick up. It's a sort of a little bit more. Yeah, you can sort of see the lights reflecting off of it there. My lighting's not particularly good sitting here, but yeah, I am wearing this today, and it's probably one that, as a collector, I don't necessarily like getting rid of products that I can't replace, but this is really old, and I just think it needs to go. It's currently weighing in at 16 grams. I think I've used it like twice before, something like that. There's 3.6 mils of product in that. So we'll see if we can get sort of 4-ish grams of product done, which I'm thinking is possibly not going to take all that long. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I don't know if I can deconstruct that at the end of it. Don't know. It's old and it would be nice to try and get it done. Next, I've got the Select Sheer Moisture Cover. Select Moisture Cover Concealer. Was brand new, used it today. Currently weighing in at 14 grams. This guy has 5 ml of product. I'm really slack about using concealers. I've got a very old Clinique one that it pains me to be moving away from, but it is what it is. Again, if I get desperate and think I can probably be looking at wanting to make 12 to do this one, like a second lot of 6, I could probably scrape it all out into a container and just use it as a potted concealer, possibly, if it got that close. But yeah, it is, I say 5 ml of product. I don't know how long it's going to take me to use up 5 ml of product, because I'm really not a massive user of great heaps of concealer, and I'm just trying to wonder if I've got my other one that I've been using in here and how much that is, because I think that was bigger. Just see if I can pause this. Alright, I found the one I was using. This guy's got 6 mil, and I'm not even halfway through it yet, so the chances of me getting too much of that done are pretty low, but we'll see how we go. As I said, if worst comes to worst, I can probably scrape it out into something else. Alright, next I've got the Sheen Supreme Lip Gloss in the colour Black Tea. This guy is currently weighing in at 14 grams. It's supposed to have 2.5 ml product, but I have had this one open for a while and I have used it from time to time. The thing that gets me with this is because of this applicator, I can never quite tell how much I'm actually going to end up with on my lips. Because it's got like a nylon brush, so it also always feels kind of slippery when I'm putting it on, even when it doesn't look like I'm getting product out of it. Pain, because I'm not going to have any idea how much is left. Again, considering at the end whether I try and deconstruct it to work out how much is left to try and scrape it out, or whether I just keep twisting and get as much out of it as I can. But that's another option I've got if I'm struggling to make up the number of products, the number of empties I need to get another free product. But again, we'll see how we go, we'll see where we end up. Next I've got this Fix Plus. Now this is the Scent Passion. These were a limited edition collection they did of, I think there was 8 of them from memory. I do think I have all of them now. I picked up some reasonably cheap. I don't know how I'm going to go with Back to MAC on this, because unlike the other minis, they never actually made these in a full size. And I believe they counted as a product for some of their promotions, where you needed to buy a product to get, like for their lipstick day, you needed to buy a product. And I believe that that's how I got one of these. Was this counted as the product buy to get the free lipstick? I also believe that these may have counted as like the product buy to get a birthday gift, stuff like that. So I don't know if this is going to count. I'm thinking it takes me around about 3 months to get through one of these little guys. Might be like 3.5 months. But even if they don't accept this, then at least it gives me a container I can decant into if I need to finish to clear out one of the other Fix Plus containers I've got. So that was my thoughts with this guy. So yeah, I think this one I have been using. It's actually got a couple of them. I started using the Play, which is citrusy, and I've made more progress on that one. And then I realised that this one actually probably goes better with the perfume I'm using at the moment, which is apple strawberry sort of perfume, and this has got strawberry and something in it. So I sort of stopped using this and started using this, even though this one's got more out of it. This guy is currently weighing in at 58 grams. So I could easily weigh an empty one, see what that weighs, how much I've got in here, keep a close eye on it. But this one's going to be really close. As I said, if I can't Back to MAC this one, then I think I shall have it fairly empty. I can put some other Fix Plus in there to empty out another container. I've also got a couple of other minis that I'm not sure they're going to accept. So yeah, we'll see how we go. But I think I've got a reasonable chance of actually getting that one finished, or very close to. Next I've got the Fix Plus Magic Radiance. Now this guy is under half full. He's down to around about here at the moment. Currently weighing at 100 grams. I don't know if I'll get this one done in 3 months. Again, it's going to be pretty close, and my thought is that I'm probably going to end up with the tiniest bit left. I might be able enough that I can decant into, say, one of these guys. I reckon that one of these takes me about 9 months to finish up, and I reckon I'm just under halfway done on this one, so it's going to be pretty close. So yeah, I'm hoping that even if I have to decant the last little bit, that one should give me an empty container by the end of this. Next I've got this blushette in the colour Bound for Love. Again, not 100% sure how I'm going to go with returning this packaging. It is MAC, and I know it's legitimate, but it came with a little stopper, and I don't know that I don't know if they ended up not actually releasing these or not. I got them from like a clearance place. I've got 2 of them. This one, which is like a sort of a purple colour, and the other one, which is an orange, in the colour Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann is basically done. It's like down under the plastic. and I'm sort of working on the product that's in the bottom. There's not a whole heap in this one, and I have been using it probably about the last month prior or thereabouts. Currently weighing at 18 grams or about 12 millimeters of product. The nice thing about these is that if they will accept them and I want to, I can probably dig out whatever's left and put it in like a lip balm tub to use up the last of it, so I'm actually not going to be wasting product. Yeah, and I do have a second one of these which is basically done. I'm just trying to use up some of the last of the product in the plastic container. And I've been delaying scraping that out because I'm curious to see how much is in there. Next I have this lipstick in the colour Fantasia. I only have that much left on this guy, but I have been working on this for quite a while. It's what I'm wearing today. Currently weighing in at 14 grams or 0.7 centimetres. I was really hoping to get this one out. It's been in projects various times, wearing it away little by little. It's pretty much my go-to. For something that I don't mind, but I tend to cover up with a mask because I don't love it. Yeah, there's only a tiny bit left there. Again, if I needed to, I think I could probably take the last bit and put it into a lip balm type container and use a brush. It's going to be a pain, but it's something that I think I can probably do if I have to. I have the original lid for this one somewhere. I just keep this special edition one on it because it makes it easier to pick out in my bag when they all look the same. So yeah, it does have a normal top that's sitting in my room somewhere, or I'll just switch it out on another one if I have to, if I can't find the other one. Next, here it is. The Prep and Prime Lip. This guy is currently weighing in at 8 grams or about 1.8 centimetres of product. This guy I have used. A number of times I've tried putting it in projects and I just forget to reach for it. I get into work, I put a lip balm on, and then I go, oh yeah, probably should have used this. Oops. It's just a matter of thinking to reach for it at the right time. I think when I use these, I go through them, they move pretty quickly because they're quite soft, quite slippery. It's just a matter of remembering to use it, which I did do today, so yay me. Yeah, I mean, you can see that I've used probably about a centimetre of it. Like, it's obviously not new. I've obviously have made some sort of progress on it. It's just going to be a matter of remembering to reach for it instead of lip balm, because it's basically a pretty expensive lip balm. It is nice, but is it worth whatever the hell Mac charge for these? Probably not. I do have quite a few that I've got in various deals. I think they've been known to do these in like gift with purchase sets, discounted sets. I've got quite a few in limited edition packaging because, you know, they discount those and you can get them for 30-ish% off. So this is just a plain one because I imagine it's my oldest and it's one that I've started using. The last thing I had, and I wrote it down and then went, yeah, that's probably not going to happen, is the Shade Stick in the colour Lucky Jade. I'm like, oh yeah, probably with a bit of regular usage gets rid of this one. It was in my 50 Shades of Green to try and take the nib off, and then I rolled it up and went, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I mean, worst case scenario, it could go into a pot. I could use it like a paint pot. They bring these out from time to time, but I can't imagine they're completely different from their paint pots, just in a different form. Yeah, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll put this in, and then I realised how big it was. So I honestly can't see that going anywhere near being finished. But again, it's another option I've got if I get desperate and need to. So yeah, that's the 14 products from MAC that I've picked to try and work on. You'll notice no blushes or like pan highlighters. Somewhere I've actually got a blush that I probably should put in this project. I'll have to go and see if I can find it. But really, the chances of me finishing a MAC pot like pan product in 3 months is pretty minute, considering how long I work on stuff for minimal progress. So yeah, we might try and find the blush that I've been working on. It's an extra dimension blush somewhere that I've got, because that's probably the only thing I'm going to come anywhere near on. The only thing with that is if I do then decide I want to do something with the packaging, it's going to be tricky to pot that. I mean, I sort of decided not to worry about it too much in regards to their standard ones, because I mean, I've been working on this blush for like months and I've got a dip. I don't have any pan, and I've been working on that for probably 6 months. Not every day, but probably most days. So yeah, I can't see me getting a MAC blush used up or a MAC eyeshadow used up in 3 months. So yeah, that's why I haven't decided not to worry about any of those. The other thing I could do if I got really stuck is I know I've got a blue MAC lipstick somewhere that came in as part of a mystery bag, I think, that I probably never use, which I could always sacrifice. So that would be another option. Anyway, that's me rambling on for almost half an hour, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.